So what does stackathon mean?
Stackathon means doing any and everything possible to stack and save your money.
Hey, Castro go crazy.
But I like to spend it too. Welcome, world. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Triples Topics, episode 6. Checking in. It's your boy Triple D. Got a little intro music coming in. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, what it do, man? Listen, I'm not picking a side on Drake, Kendrick, any of that rap beef. I don't even know if it's real. I think they just doing it for the publicity stunt just to keep dropping music and make us keep listening. But it's a bop, like they say. It's a bop. It's a summer jam, gonna be, played at the family reunions, I'm sure, and all the parties and clubs and all that, etc. But I don't have a side. I don't have a dog in the fight. I could really care less. I just like the song, the music, the beat. It's catchy. But yeah, man, welcome to another episode of Triples Topics. It's your boy Triple D once again, tuning in, tuning in. Hope everybody's doing well. Um, I don't have much to talk about, and I can't honestly tell you how long this video is gonna be. I'm just gonna run it. But I got a few topics, and first and foremost, I'm gonna start off with Scottie Scheffler, the number one ranked golfer in the world currently, was arrested this past weekend for basically it was an accident, a fatality accident at the PGA Championship, and he arrived at like 6 in the morning for a 10 a.m. tee time, and he drove past like the police barricade, and apparently a police tried to stop him, and he just kept going, and then the cop tried to like stop him and jumped on the car, so he drug him. They basically, once he stopped, they pulled him out the car, arrested him, took him to jail. Mind you, this is at 6 in the morning. He has to be on the golf course at 10 a.m. for his tee time. And they hit him with all these reckless charges, or I'll check him later for sure. But they hit him with 4 charges. Like he injured the cop. Cop had to go to the hospital, this, that, and the other. And like it's crazy because after the fact, once he played that day, he ended up interviewing after that day and was just like he never pulled his name card, you know. So like I don't even know if this would happen to Tiger Woods because everybody knows Tiger Woods, but it's like if you see this guy, you may not recognize him. So in the midst of everything that was going on, the police just arrested him, and then they worried about the situation after the fact. And he ended up getting out of jail in time, making his tea time. But I just thought that was like crazy that the number one golfer in the world can get arrested at his event. It'd be like Patrick Mahomes getting arrested at the Super Bowl for trying to go around traffic, and he's Patrick Mahomes, you know. So that's the severity of the situation. But prayers out to the guy who lost his life that morning. He was hit by a bus accidentally, and prayers out to his family for sure. And I hope the Louisville Police Department does the right thing and either drop charges or, like, because this was really just, it was a chaotic morning, so the situation, and the guy he was supposedly in a PGA vehicle. So it's like he's already driving a car that belongs to the event, and he's the number one golfer in the world currently playing in the event. So, I don't knock the police because in that moment, you don't know what they were thinking, what was going on, and they might have thought it was another situation occurring from the previous situation that had just occurred. So, uh, yeah, hopefully they do right by my guy, man, and drop his charges or whatever. But he was basically just saying he never name dropped, he never said who he was. He just kind of went with the flow of things. He didn't even know that there was a fatality accident that morning, and he was just trying to get around traffic, to get in so he could be prepared to golf. But yeah, crazy situation that morning. Um, Also in golfing news, there was a Augusta employee. So Augusta is a golf course in Georgia, and there was an employee who was arrested and pled guilty for stealing memorabilia. A 39-year-old man, I didn't get his name, but he was stealing memorabilia from 2009 to 2022 and selling it to a guy who basically sells all type of high end memorabilia online and to different places. He even had access to Masters jackets, the green jackets that you have to earn and win to get. Like he was selling all these things: golf balls, golf clubs, you name it, pictures, photos, gloves, signed, whatever. And he racked up $5 million over this period from 2009 to 2022. He just pled guilty, and I want to say they sentenced him 5 years or something, and then he'd have to pay back like $1.5 million. But just crazy, like the fact that you're working at this golf course and you could just go to the. They said he had access to like the storage or like the warehouse where they kept all these things, and just was snatching them here and there, selling them to his buddy, getting paid for them, like getting a cut of it, and it went on for 13, almost 14 years. Like you would have thought he would have stopped, but maybe not. Anywho, the NFL schedule has been released. Go Titans! I'm a scream Titans almost every time I talk about the NFL or some form of fashion, but check your schedules. The NFL schedules have been released, so your teams games are all out there. Um, the Monday night schedule, Sunday night, all the above. I know the Cowboys fans know they've checked it. I'm pretty sure, but if you don't know, NFL schedule has been released. Also, this weekend there was a boxing match between Tyson Fury and Usyk, and it was a good one. I was tuned in. It was like 12 in the afternoon when the undercard started, so it wasn't like your normal boxing time, but it was a great fight. I've never seen Tyson Fury get beat down like he did, and like he was just teasing the guy and you know, uh, playing with him and doing all his little antics that he normally does. But it's like he was fighting a guy from the Ukraine who didn't crank a smile. He was stern faced the whole time in there, throwing him, throwing him. Man had this man. He knocked all the Sonic coins, the rings, the Mario coins, the you name it. This dude was blinking red. Like I'm gonna post the video so you can see Tyson Fury, bro. I've never seen him like this, but like, and it's crazy because Tyson Fury's like 6'7", 300 pounds. So when he's punching, like his arms are like tree logs, just doing major damage. But this Ukraine guy, he just was stern faced, didn't care what he was saying. He was just locked in, punching, punching away.
Wow! Look, we've seen Fury down before numerous times. We've never seen Fury hurt this bad. It's called the Ring of Fire. And that was a punch from hell.
So good fight. Tyson Fury lost. They have an automatic rematch clause in the contract, so they will play. They will box again. They'll have to box again. Um, Deontay Wilder has a fight coming up in a few weeks. I'm not sure who it's against, but I know Deontay probably wants to get a shot at Fury again, but now he has to wait until they fight again. And honestly, I think Usyk's gonna. I think he's gonna drop him again because he wasn't playing. Like the announcer said he didn't crack a smile all week, you know. And Tyson Fury, he's an entertainer. My daddy was a boxer. My granddaddy was a boxer. He's from a boxing family, but he just came in there playing Saturday afternoon in Saudi Arabia, and he got it handed to him. Took a L. It was like one of the biggest fights I think they said since like Lennox Lewis and Holyfield Part Two or something in like 25 years. So check it out. Look it up if you didn't see it. Check out the highlights. I'm gonna post the one little clip I have of it so you can see it. But yeah, Usyk wasn't playing, man. Part two, I'm gonna be tuned in again. Great fight. Um, let's see. So also there were tornadoes that hit Houston. I've marked myself clear. I am in the clear, but it did major damage. There are still people without power, still people who are without necessities and things of that nature. I'm sending prayers out to people. I'm more so on the north side, so I didn't. I got a little bit of rain. We lost power for all of, maybe 10, 20 seconds, and then it came back on, and I didn't even realize how bad it was until like my mom and a couple other friends were checking on me and calling like, "Hey, are you good? Are you good?" And by the time they were checking on me, the storm had already passed our area like by 2, 3 hours. So I was definitely in the clear at this point. But when I woke up and seen like the destruction that occurred downtown Houston and Cypress and other areas, and the tornadoes that went through there and glass broken on the streets, like it was definitely crazy. And watching the news yesterday, there are still millions of people without power right now. So send your prayers down to H Town, man. The weather's getting crazy. Like I've never seen nothing like this. Like I'm so used to Dallas weather where it'll rain and it'll be sunny 20, 30 minutes later. But out here, it's like when it rains, it's at a different level. Like we so close to the water, and then like the land is so much more flatter than it is in Dallas. Uh, that yeah, it just water comes in and it sits and it sinks, and yeah. So prayers up for the people affected by the storms that passed through this past weekend, and yeah, we're gonna move on. This past weekend, my father also celebrated his actual 33 plus 7 years of preaching. So I want to shout him out again. He like I told y'all, he's celebrating literally all month. He has guest preachers and pastors coming in, doing all these different services, literally on every Wednesday and Sunday for the month of May. So shout out to him again. They had a celebration for him. Congratulations, pops. Love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Um, so this was something that caught my attention also this week. The United States has unveiled their proposal to ease restrictions on marijuana, and they're going to change it from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 drug. And what that means is currently marijuana is a Schedule 1 drug, meaning it's in the same comparisons to LSD and heroin, right? So I mean, over the last few years in different states, it's been legalized to a state level, but still on a federal level, there are still restrictions in place, which makes sense, But changing it basically from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 is going to move it from the same category as LSD and heroin to basically Tylenol with codeine. And this is going to affect the whole nation, like, and I know there's people who are in jail now from marijuana charges. And for the longest, Texas has just been, it's a red state, but it's literally been against everything. We don't have gambling, we don't have rec marijuana, we don't have dispensaries. Like they just started all the hemp and THCA and CBD things of that nature, but minimalizing marijuana in the country, I feel like it's gonna change the whole dynamic of the country, man. It's like making it rec is already one thing, but actually federally lowering restrictions is like it's gonna help people that are already in jail from marijuana to be either released and or sentences reduced. Um, but yeah, check that out. Look that up, man. That was some crazy information that I saw and ran across. So now on to the NBA playoffs. We are finally at the Western and the Eastern Conference Finals. You got the Minnesota Timberwolves taking on my Dallas Mavericks. Luca, throw that L up, man. Trey balls, Kyrie and Luca. It's time. Um, you had Game Sevens this past weekend. You had the Timberwolves playing against the Nuggets, and you had the Pacers playing against the Knicks. The Pacers upset the Knicks in New York, and the Timberwolves upset the Nuggets in Denver. So it's kind of crazy, man. The Eastern Conference Finals is going to be the Boston Celtics versus the Indiana Pacers, and then you have the Dallas Mavericks versus the Minnesota Timberwolves in the West. Great series. Um, Talking about the series that just ended. I really didn't watch the Knicks. It was kind of like it's tough watching them and they're injured, man. They just were undermanned the whole playoffs. So eventually, I felt like they were going to lose, which they did. The Nuggets Timberwolves game, crazy. Like the Nuggets were up 20 at one point and lost the game. Like they got outscored. Well, they only scored 37 points total in the second half and got outscored by like 30 points. It was a 30-point swing. So they were down 20, came back and won by 10. 30-point swing. Um, Anthony Edwards, got to give him his credit. I'm not even gonna give him his credit. I'm gonna give the Timberwolves their credit because to me, Anthony Edwards is up and down. Not to say that he's not good, not to say that he won't be there in a couple of years. And one of my friends made a very valid point to me, and that was he has a good team right now because he's still on that rookie contract. And if I'm not mistaken, they may have extended him, but it's like LeBron is struggling where he's at because he makes so much money. But right now, AE has a good team because he's not taking all the salary cap. And that was a very valid point that I didn't think about. Once he actually gets paid and some of those players have to leave because they want to go get money elsewhere, it's going to be harder for you. Then you're going to have to for sure score 30 a night. Like right now you can drop 14, 12, 15 and your team will help you out. Y'all are playing defense. You make good plays when it comes to defensively and making block shots and sometimes just having those momentum plays that help y'all as a team. But, going forward, whenever they actually need you to score 30 a night, I don't know if you'll be able to do that yet. But hey, this is just my thoughts, strippers topics again. I could be wrong. He could be balling, dominating in a couple of years, but shout out to the Nuggets. You got to beat the champs to be champs. They're still not champs yet, but they did knock off the defending champs. So hats off to the Nuggets. I still feel like the Nuggets are one of the top teams in the league. They just, ran into a team that was very well matched up and prepared for them. Like the Timberwolves were built to beat the Nuggets. I'm excited to see what the matchup is going to look like with Dallas. But as a fan, I'm rooting for the Mavs, man. Mavs fan for life. I will always be, forever will be Dallas fan. Luca, go get us one, man. It's our time. The champs is gone. They gone fishing. Jokic and them in Cancun right now. So, like I said, you got the Timberwolves versus the Mavericks. You got the Celtics versus the Indiana Pacers. Eastern Conference. Then you got Timberwolves, Mavs, Western Conference. So they start Wednesday, which will be tomorrow because this is going to be posted tomorrow. which is today, if that makes sense. This will be posted on Tuesday, but if the game starts Wednesday, I want to say the Eastern Conference starts Tuesday. The Celtics have been waiting for a while, but yeah, we'll see what goes down. Also, the Stars, they just beat the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado, Colorado Avalanche, and they are headed to the Western Conference Finals. And I want to say whoever they're playing is not. They haven't made it. They haven't finished the series yet. It's between the Vancouver Canucks and the Edmonton Oilers, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so I'm checking my phone right now, and it looks like the Edmonton Oilers just won the series tonight. So they won 4-3, and they'll be facing the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference Finals in the third round of the NHL playoffs. So looking forward to that, man. I'm proud of Dallas. We balling right now. The Mavericks and Stars are holding it down. They are advancing in the playoffs and doing their thing. In the WNBA, the season has tipped off. Most teams have played about 3 or 4 games at this point. Caitlin Clark, the number one pick in the WNBA draft this year, is yet to win a game. Mm. But we're not surprised, or are we? But her team is pretty sorry. That's why she was the number one pick. But I didn't expect them not to win one game yet. But I guess they're showing her like, welcome to the big leagues, dog. That you with the big dogs now. Like we the adults. You were playing with kids, and they were letting you do anything. Now we're actually game planning against you with grown women. Good luck. So I don't. She's not doing too bad personally. Um, she is starting, but right now she's averaging 17 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 40%, 32% from the field. So she's not playing terrible. She's only played 4 games. She scored 29, 22, and 17. So she's averaging 17 right now. So we'll see how this goes going forward. Again, shout out to the WNBA. Also, if you didn't hear, the Las Vegas Aces were given a sponsorship where they were going to give every player $100,000, and they had a whole little video on ESPN, and the guy came in like, "We just want y'all to represent the city, and keep doing what you're doing. If you win a championship, that's extra." But literally the next day, the WNBA has opened an investigation in this sponsorship. So we're gonna see where that goes. That was kind of crazy to me too. But I mean, other than that, your boy needs a haircut. My boy DJ, I'll be in Dallas this weekend. If you got any openings, please let me know. If not, please let me know anyway. I'll slide in. I might slide you a little extra, whatever the case, man. But your boy needs a fade, bro. I'm looking a little rough. That's why I'm in here with this hat on. But it is what it is. Um, I guess I mean that's about it, man. I ain't got too much else to talk about. I'm gonna keep dropping these content, man. Check out my YouTube. I just dropped a new vlog on my trip to LA. I got some more content coming out. I'm working on. I got some other stuff I'm working on. I keep saying I'm gonna drop. I just haven't dropped it yet because I'm not ready. Because I know when y'all see it, y'all gonna be hitting me up about it. So stay tuned. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell another friend. Holla at me. Hit me up if you got any questions, any issues. Also, one more thing. So I'm gonna bring a guest on here soon. I don't know exactly when, and I don't know exactly who, but me and a friend were having a debate about Anthony Edwards and Shea Gildress Alexander. So I messaged about 8 people. The question was, so if you had a fantasy draft, you have the first pick of any player in the NBA right now, 7 game series for the championship. Who are you picking first? You have the entire league to choose from. I answered my first pick will be Jokic, the Joker. My second pick would either be Wimby, and my third pick would be Luca. And it would either be Jokic, Luca, Wimby, or it would be Jokic, Wimby, Luca. And that's just to start the team. But he was arguing with me saying that Anthony Edwards would be his number one pick. And I don't knock anybody that said that. So I asked like 10 people, right? And I got Luca, I got two Anthony Edwards, but one of my Anthony Edwards answers came with it's because of his age. You know, he's young, he's 22. You know, you could start a franchise with him. Yes, I'm not saying you can't. But like for right now, um, that was the question. So a lot of people said Jokic, a couple people said Wemby, one person said Kyrie Irving, which was a great pick because I don't disagree with him at all. Like Kyrie can ball, like he's small, but he's definitely crafty. He knows how to finish at the lane. He has finesse and finger rolls, and he can shoot. You know, he just makes good decisions with the ball. So Luca, Wimby, um, Jokic, Luca, literally were the top two for everybody from all 10 people that I asked. Even my NBA partner, he said Jokic. So it's like, I don't knock Anthony Edwards. I was just trying to explain to him he's inconsistent. He doesn't have, I mean, he's averaging 30, but he's doing it up and down. It's like he's having 45 one night, then he's having 15, then he's having 23, then he's having 12, but he has a good team. So his team carries him. So put in the comments, let me know who your number one pick will be in a 7-game series for the championship. You have any player you can choose from in the league, and let me know who you will take. I just want to see, I just want to know, what your thoughts are. Other than that, man, Diddy guilty. And I'm gonna end on that note. No, I'm just kidding. But for real, Diddy was tripping. I ain't even gonna talk about him, but he was tripping. The apology, everything, bro, was tripping. Shout out to my homegirl M Jeezy. Um, Shout out to all the graduates again. It was some graduations parties this weekend. Shout out to uh my family. My mother's birthday is coming up. I'm gonna say happy birthday now because I don't know if I'm gonna shoot another episode by the time her birthday comes. It's the 28th. So if you know my mama, tell her happy birthday. You can put it in the comments. You can put it on my page. I'm a poster, all that good stuff. Uh, and yeah, holla at me, man. Triples Topics, episode 6. We out. Peace.